Hello, hello. I am Fero, and this is Horrorcast episode 5. And with me, here is.
Hi, I'm a bot. Hi.
Hi, my name is Rere.
Oh, I'm Toby.
And today we will start with 80s, 1890s and 1990s horrors. So, does anyone know some good horror? Or maybe some lesser known that are still very, very good?
I'm
Watching
just unsure
Halloween.
about dates, but I'm not sure if it was 1980s, 1990s, but The Shining.
Yeah,
Like,
I think that can fit
I'm not
in
sure
that.
when it was released. I'm unsure about release dates, to be honest.
I can check.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 1990. Exactly.
Nice.
So, I
So-
actually never saw Shining, but
It's a
I saw some scenes.
it's a
and-
pretty iconic
Yeah.
this one scene, the Here's Johnny
Yes.
scene,
Yes.
has become really iconic with the horror genre, and many parodies of it, of the horror genre, usually include that one scene. So you could say
Here's
that
Johnny.
The Shining kind of made way for the horror genre, or at least the parody of thereof.
Didn't they do
Yeah,
a
I-
Shining reference in the Jason movie? Friday movie?
I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, but I know that direct reference to The Shining, to that scene from Shining, is in song That Bite from Hollywood Undead. It's like literary reference in the lyrics.
I heard that they're gonna make a sequel to The Shining, where
I
the
don't-
the son is now grown up and returns
Yeah, I
to
heard
that
that.
very same mansion.
I haven't
I
heard,
heard that.
Oh.
And I think I would be worried about it because we all know how the recent continuation and remakes are.
Yeah,
that. Going downhill.
But it can still be very good. Like the
As
8th
far as
chapter
the-
1 was very good, in my opinion.
Does anyone know who the
Again?
no.
does anyone know who the actor for the son is?
No, I'm gonna look that up.
So is my mic cutting out or something?
Yes, it's cutting out. Hello?
Okay, let's see.
I'm still here.
Danny Lloyd. Danny Lloyd played Danny in The Shining.
Nice.
Jack Nicholson played Jack Torrance.
Yes.
So we got a 2 for 2, same first name.
Yes. I find that very cool when I see this. Every time. It's nice.
I do really enjoy the horror genre. All even if some scenes kind of skeeve me out, that's just wrong. I like
Yeah.
the effort that they put into making it so real, so creepy that you just are freaked out by it.
Yeah.
I mean, The Shining, it was about the house making them kind of go insane. But now you got the remake of the Saw series. You got Jigsaw, you got all these contraptions and like you got Predator where like the giant like the graphics have definitely improved since the 1980s and 1990s, but it's always good to return to those old.
Might look
Yeah.
movie quality.
So like I haven't personally seen like any of the It series, or like I'm not even sure if it's a series or not, because like I know they came out with a new movie.
Yes, the very recent, I think it's 2018, 17, something like that. It's split into two parts, and I saw the first part, and I personally think that it was very good. I didn't see the second one, and I heard that it's not so good.
Yeah, I
3 movies, and the first movie has nothing to do with the plot wise. It's the same, but everyone else, like other than Pennywise, completely different.
only thing I know of it is Pennywise living in a sewer biting a kid's
Yeah.
hand off.
Yeah,
That's
it's
really
also a
all I
meme.
know. The only thing I know is like the memes where like, hey kid, there's 3 Robux down here, and he just climbs inside.
Yeah. And there was also a series, TV show, in maybe early 2000s. I know it's very old, and some people seem to praise it on the internet, so I guess that's very good.
Tim Curry played Pennywise in the original It. 1990 to 1990, the TV
Yeah.
miniseries.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one looked more comical than he was scary. They had to completely redo his look.
There was the TV series, there was the 2017 movie, there was the 2019 The It Chapter 2, and that's all I can find on IMDb.
yes. That's all. And there's also the book, which is very great.
Why does Despicable Me why does Despicable Me come up when I search It?
I don't know, but
You
it's
shouldn't
there is.
You're not supposed to be here.
Like, imagine Pennywise morphing into one of the
Questioning,
minions.
Google's like, we have to show this somewhere.
Yeah, that's just
There's no better
weird.
place for a cartoon character than a place where someone gets trapped into a sewers.
Yeah.
We all float down here.
Yeah.
So, did anyone saw the Creep Show?
No. I know of a lot of horror movies, but I don't really watch a whole lot of them. So like I know a lot of them, but this is one of the ones that I've never really even heard of.
Yeah.
You mean like TV shows from the 1990s?
Like the It Show from 1990?
Does it have to be from the 1990s? Because I do have.
Oh,
like, a
2019.
horror
There was Creep Show, the TV series from 2019. It's still going.
Oh,
And there is Creep Show from 1982, Creep Show 2 from 1987, Creep Show 3 from 2001 and 2006. So like, there's a lot of Creep Show and Creep Show Raw Insomnia from 2019. So like, it's a fairly big series of movies.
yeah.
Would you believe me if I said I've watched none of it?
Yeah,
I haven't either, so I believe
yeah,
you 100%.
me neither, but I know. But I know. Well, the first chapter of it, that's what I saw, but the rest I didn't. And
I was gonna
did
talk
you-
about Saw because I recently watched a recap of the entire watched a really big recap of the entire series, all the lore, but Saw was made in 2003.
Yeah, and I think the original was good. I saw the beginning, and I know it's a very psychological stuff rather than just gore and blood and body horror like the other installments.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
it's
psychological
not
idea that you
it's not just traps, it's
Yeah.
psychological.
Yeah.
It's like, how much do you want to live?
The guy puts you through tests to you have to crush your fingers into really they're broken, you're never really going to use them again,
Paste.
in order to stop yourself from getting cut in half.
Yeah.
Or the reverse bear trap, which is one of the most iconic from that series.
Yeah, the main Saw dude doesn't actually want to kill most of his victims. He wants them to survive. He wants them to actually go through trials.
He wants them
I
to
don't know the
learn their
full story,
lesson.
but yeah, I remember that the killer, quote unquote killer, drove off a cliff or something like that, tried to kill himself, and survived. And after that, he started doing similar tasks to other people. 90% of his traps are survivable. You just have to go through some fucked up stuff to do it.
Yeah.
I honestly
remember
wouldn't think of crushing my hands to get out of something.
I think it was in Saw 3 or Saw 4. The main guy, the main mastermind behind all the traps, their assistant, the entire movie has two main tests. There's the one of the guy who's having to help the main guy perform all the traps in order to get out alive and save his partner. And while that's happening, the main guy's also testing his assistant, because back in Saw 1, the key to escape the room, she made it impossible to win that trap because she put it in the bath, and then
She wanted
bath
to be
drained.
the only one to survive. Yeah.
And then the bath drained, taking the key with it. She made unwinnable games. And in the end, she ended up killing the guy who has to help with the traps, very immersive experience type stuff, standing right next to them, strapping them into the trap, that kind of type stuff, and having to not help them in order to proceed.
She was just crazy. She just won.
Yeah, it was it's a really crazy series, and most of the movies, I watched a recap, 20 minutes for each movie of half of the series, and the other half was too graphic to be on YouTube.
Okay.
So
I can imagine that.
Yeah, the YouTube will put the actual movies up there for sale, but other than that, it's oh, you show some gore? Let me take this.
I mean, if you buy the movie, then it's your fault if you see excess gore, but
Honestly, it's your fault for seeing excess gore if you ended up walking the Saw. You don't just accident. You have to go looking for stuff like that.
yeah, you don't go and watch Scream or something and I wonder if this is a comedy. No, That
A child
it's nothing at all.
accidentally found Saw 3 and got scarred for 4 hours.
Speaking of Scream, Scream was apparently made in 1996. I don't know much about it, but I know like the main guy, like
Yeah,
that mask,
it's iconic.
Oh yeah.
like
The
certain
mask and the
things
knife.
is iconic to the horror genre, like Jason Voorhees' mask or the reverse bear trap from Saw, or like
Well,
there's a
actually,
lot of
Frederick Krueger
iconic
and
stuff.
the glove.
the knife would be iconic to the screen if it wasn't.
A Nightmare on Elm Street was a pretty psychological movie. I heard that the creator of it got the inspiration for Freddy Krueger based on this thing called, like, I'm not sure about the name, but it was like something death, like Black Death or something like that, or like the Night Death. But people would have horrible nightmares, like almost kill them nightmares, and they would like try to stay awake for like days on end, trying to not sleep. And then when they would like just scream in their sleep and die of no apparent medical reason. And it was never found why they died. And that is, or so I've heard from the internet, the inspiration for Freddy Krueger.
In a realistic scenario, they probably just had like out of that area and all that. Like realistically, do you think that a demon just went killed them from unknown?
No.
It's probably something
I-
biological.
I don't believe that a demon killed them, but I also, like, it's got to
He's
be
like,
something.
I won't rule it
but,
out,
like,
but
it was just like, some people wouldn't even try to stay up, just like they fall asleep one night and just like die in their sleep. Perfectly healthy people, like in their 20s. So it's clearly
You're gonna
not like
start
any
making me think
health
of my-
issues. It's got to be something like psychological or like mental or.
I agree with this.
like if your brain thinks it's dead, that it'll actually commit suicide in its head.
I'm not sure, but I'm not sure about that.
mean-
but I mean, like, it is possible.
Like the body can't live without the. It's dead. It's down, which it can like self-consciously. Then maybe
Yeah, maybe.
like it happens to animals all the time. Well, not necessarily. Like if you take rabbits for example. Sometimes they die of heart attacks, but maybe they just like shut down.
It's said that you can die. You can die of not sleeping, and to test this, they kept a bunch of lab rats awake by zapping them for 30 days, and they all ended up dying after like a month. So like, it might just be the rats, but of course we've never tested it on humans because that's just wrong. Right?
Yeah.
No, no, it definitely has been tested on humans. The government is fishy about that.
The closest we've gotten to testing it is like people who stay up for like days on end for podcasts or to raise
Gaming.
awareness or raise money.
Have you heard of
Yeah, gaming. That's a good example.
Testing.
We heard of the Russian
Is this what?
sleep experiment.
Yeah, I know it's a creepypasta or something like that, but
Well, yeah, it's a creepypasta, but there's like different rumors and stuff about it that some parts of it have been mixed up with. But honestly, something like that isn't too far fetched during war. People have done worse than keep people awake.
There's a lot of suspicion about like stuff with the government, like Polybius said to like it was a test to like psychological warfare. The government was testing psychological warfare, but we can really never know unless you were part of you were high up in the government, and
Yeah.
you could know those things.
I know there is
The public is just never gonna really know.
that would reject superpowers. Like if there was a way to make a soldier more stronger or faster, other than the average soldier.
Yeah. So like,
It's traveled far from Saw.
yeah. I was just
Went
about
from
Saw
to
wasn't
say,
even made in the
Nice.
1980s or 90s.
yeah, but whatever. Let's move on. I will
Yeah,
send. I will send some.
I know a lot less 1980s, like 1980s, 1990s horror movies than I thought I did.
Okay.
I seriously thought before this that stuff like Purge and Saw was like back in 1980s, 1990s. But no, I'm wrong. They're like late 2000s. Early mid
This
2000s.
whole thing up. He's like, gonna talk about like 90s, 5 to just sitting here for like 20 minutes talking about that nothing to do with that time.
Yeah, just like, okay, the talking point is 1980s and 1990s horror movies. Let's talk about creepypastas instead. Let's talk about
What?
creepypastas.
Yeah,
Or
but
at least that's where it
that's
ended up.
drifting far too much from the talking points.
Yeah.
Correct.
Mm.
Stop.
I will send some pictures to the general channel, and before that, I will ask you if you know some like strange or disturbing animals before I post some that I picked.
I'm just looking up stuff from the 1980s and 90s now, trying to expand my knowledge on the subject at this point.
Well, I'm dumb about everything. I don't really...
I'm really out of my hands. Ah, jeez.
Okay, I got one, but does anyone here consider Gremlins a horror movie?
No,
I don't know,
no.
like maybe horror comedy, I would say.
Yeah, like a combat. There, I can't talk. Comedic horror.
Yeah,
A comedic horror.
like it's some parts are like horror, but on the other hand, it's made in such a way that's also funny in some ways. So
I mean, they characterize the evil monsters into just like pets.
yeah,
You let them eat after midnight, they turn into horrible monsters that really only just cause havoc in the streets. Don't really.
It's not like planning out. They have like so much further chaos.
Hello.
Still here. Did you guys already do the opinion?
What?
I seen 5.
Wait, did my mic just disconnect?
Yeah, probably.
I didn't hear a noise.
Like, I haven't been
but
talking this
it
whole
might have.
time. Jeez.
Oh. Like it was like really quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'm looking at movies movies from that era to try and find talking points, to try and
Yeah.
find more movies to talk about, and then I'm like, it just got real quiet here all of a sudden. And then I
Yeah.
look and I'm not even connected to like the voice chat anymore, the podcast. So like, why'd you disconnect me, Discord? What are you trying to pull here?
Why you bully me?
Exactly.
Furo, do you want
Have we talked about Friday the 13th yet?
Yeah, we mentioned it. And I think we could move on because we just, I don't know for what time we are recording, but we talk at least like 15 minutes about the first 2 talking points.
Okay.
So what do you want to talk about now?
Strange animals. I picked a few of them and I'm sending them right now. This is the first one. I bet that you all know the roly-polies, like those little bugs that can grow up into a ball.
Yeah,
Oh.
I am very
It's
familiar
in-
with those.
It's in the general chat, and this is their like distant member of the family. It's called the giant ice
Wow.
spot or bottlenose.
Oh.
I think I've heard of it before, but at the same time, it just doesn't look real. It looks like a prop.
Is that real?
Yeah, it is very
Oh
real,
my.
and it can grow up to 30 inches.
I've
Or
heard of it
70
before.
centimeters.
Face.
I've heard of it before, and I know it's real. But like looking at it right now, I know it's real, and it doesn't look real.
It just looks like something that you set on fire.
Yeah, I'm sending more pictures of it to
Like if I saw
Better
that
know
on
the
a
scale.
yard, I'd probably just
It looks
run.
like the scorpion puppet, the stop motion puppet that they used for like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. It looks like one of those.
this is one
Oh,
for scale.
Oh.
that
no.
looks.
Kill it with fire.
That's more disturbing. It's
Oh god.
it's more pale and
Yeah, because
fleshy.
Oh my god.
they live in great
What kind of noises
depths.
does it make?
I know.
Does it make like a
I don't think that you
Squishy.
want to know what kind of noise it makes.
No, I definitely don't.
It just has an American accent.
Just
They
like
live.
that would be like a great prop for. That would be like a great something for like a horror movie or like.
Yeah. And this is
It
just
looks like
something.
a red faction.
That's just That's just a thing of nature. A freaky thing of nature.
Freak of nature. It isn't a thing of nature.
It's not an animal of nature. It's a thing.
What does it do for the environments?
It scavenges the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, no wonder it looks so weird. It's supposed to be at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, around 2 kilometers.
That place no one ever goes.
Yeah. Or 7,000 feet for those
Stay
with
down
no
there.
centimeters. Yeah, and this is
There are some
just.
things we probably just find.
Yeah, and I mark this as something that is less scary or not much scary. I have much more nice animals once I find the right picture.
My phone is always quite sure how much longer I can keep up. I wonder if my mic just picked that up.
Has anyone
Yep.
does anyone know of the axolotl?
Yeah,
Like it's
The what?
it's a species of salamander. It looks like it has like a Ditto type face, like Pokemon. It looks kind of like Ditto-y.
Yeah, that's all you had to say. Start speaking about something nerdy. Now you speak about.
It's a type of salamander, and like
yeah, but
I'm
The more you mention, the more.
come on Discord, stop disconnecting me,
I don't
please.
think that
saw
the
that.
axolotl is like scary. I think it's something more like a cute animal. Or a very interesting one based on its biology.
I was gonna try and find one and post it in general, cause like we need something. Even though
Something
like
cute.
even though horror is like a really big genre and like it's pretty cool, we need something cute every once in a while.
Yeah, especially for what's about to come.
Is the
Oh
audience
no,
gonna
that
be able to
scares
see
it.
those pictures?
That scares me. You say that, and that it worries
You're
me.
worried for your video being taken down, but you're not worried about showing this. It'd be really funny you put this up there and the video gets taken. That freaking cover.
I think that you will
Or
find
maybe
this.
it gets labeled. Or maybe this podcast gets labeled as educational because you're teaching
Yeah.
people of like different animal species
Yeah, marine life.
instead of the obvious horror genre.
Yeah,
That like
You
it's
see
a
right
podcast
here.
discussing horror, and we get labeled as like
If you look over
educational
here,
or
you'll
something.
see the one.
yeah.
Oh my
Is out.
There is another one. I think you will find this less scary than the isopods. Maybe.
Is that its legs?
What is it?
This is a Magnapina squid, and it's one of
It
the
looks-
very elusive species of squids. And this picture was taken from some remote operation vehicle on an oil rig. So it's
looks like
basically
It looks like a Gmod skin that just T-posed.
Yeah.
yeah. And
An
it is
error has
presumed
occurred.
that
It's
they drag the tentacles on the ocean floor to catch food.
Whatever that thing is, it's flexing on all of us.
And here's a better picture of it.
Whoa.
Spider squid.
Looks like you take like a model of a squid and just like extend its legs by like 5,000%.
Yeah.
And now you know why I out of the water.
Well,
You're not scared of
I don't wanna-
you're not scared of sharks. No, you're scared of squid
I
with
just
like
don't want to meet the
legs
tickle
5
monster over
times its
there.
body.
You know?
Fiddle,
Well,
fiddle. What
yes.
about Goblin Shark? A Goblin Shark.
Oh, goblin shark. Yes, I can drop it too. I think that the goblin shark in its like I don't know how to say it. Once before
It doesn't.
it launches its jaw, it's normal shark. But once it launches its jaw like an alien, it's very, very disturbing animal. Oh,
I'm just waiting to see the picture.
of goblin shark.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is good. Just to show.
We finally ended up talking.
just to show before and after the jaw retraction.
Ew.
Okay, looks kind of like a blobfish.
Yeah, because
The
they don't
blobfish
need
are
any
fighting back.
pigmentation.
The blob.
Yeah, the blobfish. Just like
Blobfish. And do you know that the blobfish is just a normal fish and its state is caused by decompression?
yeah.
If that is what fishes are supposed to.
I know that it
And we've
like I
just
mean
been-
like I didn't know the scientific why it is
The fishes we
looks like
find are
that,
the
but I
weird
know
one.
it naturally looks like that.
Yeah. And I have one last animal, or technically it's a group of animals. And I guarantee you that you won't go to ocean again.
Oh,
Whoa.
What the heck is that? It looks like a
This-
mutate, like a cross between a jellyfish, a squid, and something that looks like at the top. It kind of looks like a human head looking off in the distance.
Yeah.
Like
And
the
over-
shape.
If
It
you
looks
look
like
over
the
here,
shape of that
gentlemen,
anyway.
Meet the Kraken. It's like
This is called. This is one of the species from the siphonophores, and they're actually a group of several different animals that join together. And I bet that at least some of you know this one, the Portuguese man of war. It's a relative
Oh my
of.
God.
kind of reminds me
Oh,
of the
wow.
Marauder. Like picture before, it kind of looks like the Marauder from Doom.
It's possible they drew inspiration from these animals. Yeah, and one
Oh,
last siphonophore, because they come in very strange.
That looks like a
Shapes.
sword.
Yeah,
That one looks like a
This looks
sword.
like an old sword that fell to
it's
the
slow.
Like the first one looks kind of like a hatchet, and the second one looks like a sword.
yeah.
So what
And-
you're saying is we should use them as weapons.
Yes. Yes. If you ever have to fight against a shark,
There you go.
use one of these. Use one of the
Actually,
man
if
of
I'm
war.
gonna fight against a shark, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna have a jar of the tiniest jellyfishes ever. The really one.
Hmm?
Just a jar of the.
These creatures are just terrifying. Like
Yeah,
some of them are like just weird. They just look.
yeah. Yeah, that's the reason why I love the marine animals, because these invertebrates basically.
You enjoyed this?
Yeah, I like the. I don't know how to say it in English. They look nothing like we have on land or near the top of the ocean.
I
And
mean, yeah, they're cool, but they look freakishly scary.
Yeah, it's like that kind of horror that you are scary, but you like the feeling of being scared. It's something like that.
It's like a roller coaster. Like it's isolated, isolated, terrified. Like and terrifying. You know that you're not gonna get hurt, but you do it because you want to be scared.
Yeah,
Like
something
That
like
last
that.
picture just looks like the early
it's
evolutions of Siren.
I
Anyways, if I
think.
just-
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I
It's not important. I
was
was just saying.
anything else you want to add to this topic?
Yeah.
The ocean is way too. We should alone.
Yes, I agree.
the ocean is really cool. So
We're already.
If you're
screwing up
watching
the
this at
above-
home, just protect the ocean. We are not sponsored by the ocean, by the way.
Don't
Non-sponsored.
give the squid
Hashtag non-spawn.
coronavirus. Leave the squids alone.
Stop swimming in the ocean in this dire time. You're gonna give the squid the virus. Or maybe if you just hate animals that much, go ahead and swim in the ocean. If you hate animals that much, just repeatedly pet your dog
Just
until
sneeze-
they get it.
Sneeze about 200 kilometers underwater.
Sneeze. Oh my god.
I wonder if you can actually sneeze into water.
You
No,
can.
You probably wouldn't be able to
you-
get your like if you're that deep, you probably wouldn't be able to get your scuba gear back on.
You can sneeze underwater, but like, let's just say you're not deep underwater, but you're like you're under the water, like a pool.
Yes,
maybe.
like
you
surface.
if you sneeze, you sneeze outward, so the air goes outward, and it escapes. And because like the air goes outward, water's gonna instantly flood up your nose. So it is possible to sneeze underwater, but I highly suggest it. Not you suggest against it.
Yes.
No, I highly suggest you
suggest
sneeze
it.
underwater. you shoot water straight up your nose. It'll definitely
Don't believe in
clear
gravity,
your
go
sinuses
ahead
out.
under the water and try to. It doesn't prove anything. It just gets rid of one lip.
I think I'm gonna have to get off soon.
Yeah, so
Like my brother
been
keeps
about 30 minutes.
coming over to me every couple of minutes, and like, how much longer?
it's my turn on the Xbox now.
I'm trying to build my presence on the social media. Please leave me alone.
Mom, I'm trying to build my social status.
I'm trying to become PewDiePie. Leave me alone.
We're asking the real questions here. Can I sneeze in the ocean?
What?
If I'm going out with Corona, so was that squid.
Oh god. Oh my god.
Okay.
And you get Corona. And you get Corona.
Real quick. There was this video I watched, and real quick, World of Warcraft, there was this corrupted blood thing. It was really similar to the coronavirus of today. And in the game, people would purposely give other people virus. And in the video, he's like, but no one would do that, right? And then they look it up, and an old lady got 4 felonies because she sneezed on $45,000 of food in the grocery store.
How did we get here?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm scared. I don't know.
We went from. I don't even want to know.
I don't know how this is,
Oh,
but like, I'm gonna have to go. This is like the
Okay.
fifth
Conversation
time.
can strive much further from horror than this.
Yeah, and because we drifted so far, Retrar has sorry by location. So I'm giving
doubt
him the word.
Going in the-
So like,
but I, will
I
be
guess this is
disappointed.
goodbye for now.
sad.
Red, are you there?
So, when do you want to take a break?
Well, yeah, there was
We take
supposed
like a
to be
5-minute break.
break, but you know, we kinda make it very long, the first talking point, so I think that we can drop these remaining because everything before it was very great. So I would give maybe 10 minutes break and then return for episode 6.
That'd be perfect because my phone's about to. If we did this like any later, I'd actually be able to record with.
Am I on episode 6? Because like I'm not sure anymore. Like
What episode?
I tried to keep track of the schedule, but I just like I kept track of too much of everyone else's stuff. So
No,
this podcast is yours, but can I put like clips on it of it?
Again, please.
This podcast is yours, but is it okay if we put clips of it on our channel?
I don't know. You have to ask Dragon Jay because he's running this project.
He's the director.
Yes.
He's the director. He's running this stuff.
Yeah. So
He's the baby
Yeah.
boss.
So like, is this going on YouTube?
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
The lights are off.
So I will end the recording and we can finish some details behind the scenes because it doesn't need to be in the podcast. So we are saying goodbye to you and we'll catch you next time. Bye.
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 See you later. Bye.